Good evening, everybody. Can you all hear me in the back? Yes, good. First and foremost, I want to thank you for coming here. Ooh. First and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here tonight. Tonight, we come here to connect with each other and to feel kinship with each other. Each and every one of us are connected in some way to a loved one that had passed quickly and unexpectedly. And for all of us that are here, that are connected to each other, that are connected to the horrible event that led our loved ones to be gone, we're here to support each other, be a shoulder for somebody to lean on, be a friend who has someone's back, and to give a hug for someone who's hurting. We are all here in kinship with each other. This year we honor 16 people on our quilt. Rose Pena, Arturo Gomez, Catalina Hernandez, Richard Hernandez Jr., Antonio Escamilla, Jonathan Sanchez, Cassandra Baylog, Brandon Moreno, Jorge Zavala, Cruz David Avalos, Ricky Valdez, Angel Romero, Chelsea Gutierrez, Jonathan Cerna, Kelly Rivera, and Juan Carlos Alonso. Each and every person on this list had a bright future, or for each one, they suddenly lost their lives. Tonight, we honor these 16 lives. We also come together today to honor a fallen hero, Captain Mark Eads, Kings County Fire Department. Captain Eads suffered a medical emergency while at an emergency scene and passed away while he was performing his duties as a firefighter in protection of all of us. But tonight is also about conclusion, and it's about saying goodbye. It's a night to have an opportunity to tell the ones that we lost a message. Mercedes, would you come up? Mercedes is one of our advocates and also bilingual. Our message here tonight is I love you. I miss you.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Mercedes. La fiscal gustaría dar unas palabras. Esta es la noche en que nosotros queremos reconocer a nuestros seres queridos. Los amo, los extraño.
You left so quickly, I did not get a chance to say goodbye.
Te fuiste muy pronto, no tuve la oportunidad de despedirme.
I want you to know I will honor your memory.
Quiero que sepas que siempre honraré tu memoria.
I will take care of your people and your things.
Te cuidaré a tus seres queridos.
I will fight for justice for you.
Pelearemos por la justicia.
And someday, I will see you again.
Y un día nos miraremos otra vez.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
So make this night a wonderful night to honor our loved ones and to share in kinship with each other. I'd like to present the Naval Air Station Lemoore Ceremonial Color Guard.
All guests, please stand and remain standing
for the presentation of colors. Color Guard, parade the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free in the home of the brave?
Color Guard, retire the colors.
This evening, I'd like to introduce Estella Holbert. She's here to provide her story, a journey of loss and of strength. Please come up. Thanks.
Good evening. I'm going to try and get through this as much without crying. The death of a child is the ultimate tragedy. Nothing is more devastating, the understandable feeling that this loss should never have happened. During the early days of grieving, most parents feel excruciating pain, alternating with numbness, which may last for months or longer. Many parents who have lost their son or daughter report feeling they can only exist, and every motion or need beyond that seems nearly impossible. It has been said that coping with the death and loss of a child requires some of the most challenging work one will ever have to do. Much parenting centers on providing and doing for your children, even after they have grown up and left home. A child's death prevents one from carrying out their parenting role as they have imagined it, as it is supposed to be. One may feel an overwhelming sense of failure for no longer being able to care for and protect your child, duties that you expected to fulfill for many years. Monday, March 22nd, 2021, is the day I lost. My life changed and was torn apart. That was the day my two children, Ryan and Zachary, were violently taken away from me. While at work, my sister Rachel called to tell me there was police activity in my neighborhood. She was friends with one of my neighbors who had alerted her. When she told me that the police activity was at my house, I immediately left work to head home. On my way home, I received a call from Hanford Police Detective Aguayo. He then put Chief Police Seaver on. It was then he told me that no matter how fast I got home from work, the outcome would not change. I told him I would stop at my dad's house and call him back. A couple of minutes later, I found my dad at my sister Shawnee's house. I called the chief back, and that was when he told me both Ryan and Zachary were gone. I fell to my knees, dropping my phone, screaming and crying in anguish in the front yard. My dad picked up my phone and spoke with the chief, who explained to him what had happened. My sister Shawnee ran out from inside to see what the commotion was about and came to my side. Between the two of them, they drove me to Hanford to my mom's house. The 15 minutes it took us to get back to Hanford from Corcoran seemed like an eternity. I made several calls to family members telling them to meet me at my mom's house. When we got there, she met me at the door as she didn't know why people were coming to her house. The second I saw her, I blurted out, "They're gone." She questioned as to who I was talking about. I had to tell her Ryan and Zachary were gone. My whole world was shattered as Ryan and Zachary were my world. We drove to my house as I was determined to see my babies, but they wouldn't let me in. So I sat on the tailgate of my neighbor's truck. I was not going to leave until they did. I was there all day and into the early evening. Most of it was a blur as family and close friends came to see what I needed. The thing that sticks with me the most is when the Hanford High Bullpup football team, Zachary's teammates, and coaches came to see me. The coaches told me that after they informed the boys of what had happened, the boys said they wanted to see me. We prayed together, huddled in the middle of the street like they would huddle on the football field. Afterwards, I hugged and acknowledged each one of them by name to their surprise. In my mind, I was still the team mom, a role I took with all of Ryan and Zachary's teams throughout the years. Even though my heart was breaking, it was at that moment I realized my family and I weren't the only ones who lost Ryan and Zachary. Their friends and teammates lost them too. As I watched the boys walk away, I felt thankful for all the people I met through Ryan and Zachary's activities throughout the years. Those people became friends, and some of those friends became family. Thinking about it now, I realize those people were put in my life for a reason, because along with my family, they have been by my side since this whole nightmare started. When we got back to my mom's house, I sat on the couch. I was in a trance, just watching everyone come and go. I stared at the television, checking my phone, waiting for a text from Ryan or from Zachary telling me to pick him up from practice. But nothing came through from them. My life as I knew it stopped. I felt stuck in an abyss of not knowing what or how to feel. I just sat there. I finally let my emotions pour out when my cousin Eric walked in the door late that night. He dropped everything and drove up from Chino to be with me as soon as he was able to. I remember falling into his arms. I couldn't stop crying, and I ended up crying myself to sleep while he held me. The next morning, I woke up not knowing where I was. All I knew was I was not at home. Then it hit me what had happened wasn't a dream. I laid there not knowing what to do. I needed to get out of my mom's house to breathe. So I went for a run. I had no real direction of where I was running, but I ended up running to my house. As I got closer to my street, I noticed my best friend Jennifer parked at the corner. My sister had called her and told her I had left. Jen knew my heart needed to be where Ryan and Zachary were last. She just said, "Get in the car," and handed me a tea from Starbucks. I met Jen through Hanford Youth Softball League that Ryan and her daughter Michaela played for. We were both single moms and had so much in common. She also had 2 sons, Zachary, who we called Big Zach, and Hayden. With our kids so close in age, we would do things together and our families became close. She is one example of friends who have become family. Today, I'm still part of HYSL board, and like Jen, my fellow board members have become family too. As the second day went on, I felt the need to show strength and courage, especially for my nieces Alyssa and Melina, and my nephew Evan. Especially for Evan, who was 8. He looked up to his older cousin and loved him so much. Zachary was basically the older brother Evan didn't have. Despite the age difference, they were close. I think that was because they were the only 2 boys in our family, but also because Zachary understood Evan. Zachary knew how to calm him down when we couldn't when he was upset. That second night is when Evan discovered who had taken his cousins while watching the news. He was so upset and in his 8-year-old language said he hated who had done this. My heart just broke for him. Day 3, I woke up and again needed some air. This time I went to the gym. Even at the gym, there were people there looking out for me. As I finished my workout, the owner came up to me, hugged me, and said if I needed anything to just ask. Even to this day, I am told, anything I need, just ask. What I need is something no one can give me. I need Ryan and Zachary to be here, but that is never going to happen. My therapist asks me every time what keeps me going. I tell her, my kids. They still give me the strength I need because in my mind, if I were to give up, I would be dishonoring them. This is my new reality, living my life without my children. For 4 years now, I continue every day waking up to a new day only to realize they were gone. It's like the movie Groundhog Day. My life since that day has been one day at a time, but life goes on. A lot of times I'm numb and just going through the motions. I watch as Ryan and Zachary's friends have started their adult lives. I missed out on seeing Zachary finish his senior year at Hanford High. He was set to be the starting kicker for Hanford High's football team, and he also played baseball for the school. I missed out seeing him graduate with his friends. Instead, I watched the senior class officers place flowers on the memory wall in the courtyard of Hanford High prior to the graduation ceremony, and then sat in the stands watching his friends, teammates, and cousins Melina and Dawson graduate with the class of 2021. I've watched Ryan's best friend Aaliyah start her own little family when she gave birth to her daughter, Alina Ryan. I've watched others graduate college and get engaged. These are things I'm never going to experience. All of these missed milestones are secondary losses according to my therapist. Not seeing Ryan graduate from college, not seeing what Zachary would have become, never seeing them fall in love, get married, and have their own little family. I will never experience being a grandmother spoiling her grandchildren. My little family ends with me, but Ryan and Zachary's friends still include me with their milestones, and for that I'm appreciative for those opportunities. It must be remembered that bereaved parents can mourn the death and loss of a child of any age, and that it feels unnatural to outlive a child. It does not make a difference whether your child is 3 or 33 when your son or daughter dies. Ryan and Zachary were 19 and 18. They still had full lives ahead of them. All bereaved parents lose a part of themselves. The search for meaning in a child's death is essential to parents. However, understanding how this type of death loss fits in the scheme of life is difficult and unattainable. Faith is a source of comfort for some parents, but others with religious beliefs have said they feel betrayed by God. Spiritual confusion is expected, as is questioning many things you may have believed certain. One may feel robbed of their beliefs. This reaction isn't uncommon. Losing a child feels like the ultimate violation of the rules of life. Faith is not something you lose, it's something you choose or reject. Surviving the death and the loss of a child takes dedication to live. As a parent, you gave birth to life as a promise to a future. Now you must make a new commitment to living, as hard or impossible as it may seem. You will survive this, however the experience may change you. I hold on to my faith even when I don't feel like it. Grief is exhausting and can take a toll both mentally and physically. I wake up every morning and make the decision to get up and live my life. Ryan and Zachary would want that for me. There are so many of us going through this painful, unpredictable journey, and even if one person feels a little less alone because of something I've shared, then I know Ryan and Zachary's memories live on through us all. I feel a sense of comfort and healing knowing my journey is helping others. I continue because I feel if I don't, I would be insulting my children's memory. I realized early on that I wanted my children's legacy to continue, and to do that, I had to keep moving forward as difficult as it might be. We lived life as best we could, happy, laughing, and loving. I focus on the positive events and experiences we had. We weren't perfect, but we were all we had. I feel the need to be strong for my family and friends. I vowed to Ryan and Zachary I would be there for their little sister Kinsey and their cousins. I also realized that for me to be there for them, I needed to make sure my sanity and well-being is taken care of too. I go to therapy every month and see my doctor regularly. Grief doesn't have a set timeline, and everyone experiences it differently. I have good days, challenging days, and days when it feels like the weight of the world is crushing me. I do break down, mostly when I'm by myself, at home, and sometimes in my car. I can be triggered by a memory, a song, a picture, or someone who resembles them in a crowd. I have been so fortunate to have so many people around me to make sure I was okay, because I had no idea what I was doing or feeling. I felt like I was on autopilot, and some days I still feel like that. But again, I'm very lucky and fortunate to have the support of so many caring people around me to help me get through the day, from my friends and family, and even strangers. This includes the staff at Kings County Victim Witness Assistance Program, who I am especially grateful for. I can't forget to include those I work with at CSP Corcoran and CDCR. My coworkers have also become friends and family. Some of them I went to school with, and some of them were the kids' coaches throughout the years. I'm especially thankful for our peer support at CSP Corcoran. They were immediately activated for me and the institution staff when the news came out. Everyone around me checks on me, asking me how I'm doing, and offers me a big hug. They make sure I know I'm not alone, even though I feel it, without Ryan and Zachary. As I look out tonight towards the audience, I see so many familiar faces who have been there for me since that day. I cannot thank you all enough for being there for me, for standing by me and taking care of me. I will forever have this hole in my heart that will never be filled. I will forever grieve the loss of my children as I keep their memories alive. They will always be on my mind and forever in my heart. But you were all placed in my life, and I am so very thankful. Because of you, I have the strength to continue and honor the lives of Ryan and Zachary. Thank you so much.
I'd like to introduce vocalist Heather Adams.
How many times can you hear the same lie before you start to believe it? The enemy keeps whispering to me, swear these days it's all that I'm hearing. I used to know who I was, now I look in the mirror and I'm not so sure. Lord, I don't wanna listen to the lies anymore. The truth is I am the Father's child. I make Him proud and I make Him smile. I was made in the image of a perfect King. He looks at me and wouldn't change a thing. The truth is I am truly loved by a God who's good when I'm not good enough. I don't belong to the lies, I belong to you. That's the truth. When I feel like there's so much noise living rent-free in my head, heaven finds me in a still small voice and it sounds like grace instead. You remind me who I am when I look in the mirror and I'm not so sure. Lord, I don't wanna listen to the lies anymore. The truth is I am the Father's child. I make Him proud and I make Him smile. Was made in the image of a perfect King. He looks at me and wouldn't change a thing. The truth is I am truly loved by a God who's good and was good enough. I don't belong to the lies, I belong to you. And that's the truth. I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. I hold your truth inside my heart. I know the lies are always gonna try and find me, but I've never been so sure. The truth is I am my Father's child. I make Him proud and I make Him smile. I was raised in the image of a perfect King. He looks at me and wouldn't change a thing. Truth is I am truly loved by a God who's good when I'm not good enough. I don't belong to the lies, I belong to you. And that's the truth. And that's the truth.
Can I please have victim witness staff hand out the candles? At this time, we are going to name each of your loved one that is on our current quilt. When their name is called, can we please have a family member come up and light the candle that is next to their picture? After that, we will have a moment of silence, and we will have the lights dimmed, and we will have everyone light their candles. Rosa Angela Pena. Arturo Torres Gomez. Catalina Cervantes Hernandez. Richard Manuel Hernandez, Jr. Antonio Escamilla. Jonathan Sanchez. Cassandra Brianne Balog. Brandon Moreno. Jorge Zavala. Cruz David Avalos. Ricky Valdez. Angel Manuel Alvarez Romero. Wait, Lisa. Wait, got it. Chelsea Gutierrez. Jonathan Cerna. Kelly Jane Rivera. Juan Carlos Alonso. Can I please have everyone who has a family member on our current quilt to please stand? Can I have everyone that has a family member on any other quilt to please stand? You are not alone. You have a family, and you have kinship here. At this time, we are going to have Heather come back up.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Can everyone please make sure your candle is on? And can we please have a moment of silence? Thank you. Can our unveilers please come up?
For everybody here, look around. We're all here to support you. We're all one. We all connect with each other. Please enjoy yourself. Look at the quilts. Look at this year's quilt. Communicate with each other, hug each other, love each other. If you need prayer, I invite you to go contact one of the prayer groups members. They have lanyards on the front of them, and they would be happy to offer their prayers with you. Lastly, I want to thank each and every person that made this wonderful night happen. In particular, the Kings County District Attorney's Office and the Victim Witness Office extends their thanks to Starbucks, King's Partnership, Kings County Probation, Brianna Mason, U.S. Navy Ceremonial Guard, the Fleet and Family Support Center, Divine Creations, Sophia Rose Photography, All Valley Printing, Coenia Church, Central Valley Print Solutions, and Heather Adams. Thank you very much for your participation here tonight. We hope that you take advantage of the opportunities to see the quilts. Thank you.